Now there are three certainties in life, and those are that Popeye's chicken is delicious, that Jean-Claude Van Damme will hand you your ass, and that Kratos is one bad mother. And for that reason, I'm doing a toy spot today on God of War 2, Kratos in Golden Fleece Armor with Medusa head. Let's have a first look at the pic of the packaging here before we open up Kratos and unleash his fury on the world. We get a good picture of Kratos along the bottom here. It says, warning, choking hazard. I don't know what would be choking necessarily on in this Kratos figure. Perhaps, I guess you could swallow the Medusa if you were an idiot. On the back of the packaging, we have a picture of Kratos up at the top corner. We have Kratos everywhere. There's the Kratos as well with the flaming blade of Athena. I also have that Kratos, so I mean, that will be on its way. And then below we've got pictures of this figure here, the Golden Fleece Armor with Medusa head. And we've got a picture of Kratos down at the bottom. For those who don't know who Kratos is, clearly you've been living under a rock somewhere. Kratos is from the God of War series, now finally into God of War 3, which I think is the last title of the series. God of War 3 will be coming to PlayStation 3, I believe, at the end of this year. I think it's the third quarter it's coming out. But God of War is probably one of my favorite games of all time. It is an awesome game. It's a third person, and it's basically just a mash 'em up combo attack game, and you can do different puzzles and different attacks on villains and all these I guess skeletons, and there's orcs and trolls and all this different stuff, and you can gain abilities. But a great game. I was going to say comic, but a great game. If you haven't picked up God of War, you are missing out, sucker. You are missing out. But there we have the packaging on Kratos here. Let's open this guy up and unleash the fury that is Kratos. This figure looks so awesome on this black background. It really makes the figure stand out. I mean, there's a story behind why he has white, why his skin is white with the red and everything else. I won't tell you why, just because I don't want to, if you haven't played the game, you definitely want to play the game, because this character has a considerable amount of backstory to him. He is a real tragic character, and I won't spoil anything. I'll just talk about the figure itself. Again, if you haven't played God of War, you definitely need to pick it up. God of War 1 was for the PlayStation 2. There was God of War Chains of Olympus, I believe, for the PSP. There was God of War 2 for the PS2. And again, God of War 3 is coming out soon, so I'm going to be definitely looking forward to that. In the way of this figure, though, the sculpt on him and the paint was done incredibly well on this figure. If you don't like God of War and you're not into if you never played the game, this figure probably won't seem all that interesting to you. But I think the sculpt on him is just unbelievably done well. That's not even English, but it's been done well. The sculpting on him. You get the nice weathered leather in his sash, or his kilt, I guess. Is it a kilt, like a military kilt? And then he's got the armor on his shoulder and on his arm here, the gauntlet. And then there's the chains that would connect to his swords. And then he's got these blades. This is your main attack in the game. These blades can be used for several attacks. He throws these blades and pulls his victims in. You can whirl them around him, and these are on fire. Really nice weapons. I generally use these in the majority of the game. The weapons can sit in his hand, although his hand is a rubbery plastic, so it makes things a little easier to get the blades in there. But that's it. That's normally what you end up getting most of the game is you have him with these blades. The one other accessory, and maybe I'll just get these blades in first before I get into that. Here you go. Nice. But his other accessory that he comes with, as I mentioned in the packaging when I was looking at the package, was also the Medusa's head. In the game, you eventually do fight one of these things, and when you kill her, you take her head. What the head allows you to do is you can use her ability to turn your enemies into stone, and then yeah, you can shatter them once they turn into stone. When you first originally fight her, and then when you fight several of them throughout the game, when they zap you or when they fire their magic at you, you turn to stone, and you quickly gotta shake the controller and shake the buttons so that you can get out of it before they shatter you. But it's nice that they gave you a Medusa's head. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is actually a Kratos hand holding it, and then that you can interchange with with this hand here, and you can have him holding the Medusa's head. I'm almost thinking I just want to keep the head on its own. I just like the fact that he's got the blades with him. This is probably the way I'm normally going to have him displayed, is with the blades. Quickly, in the way of articulation, there's articulation in his head. There is no ball joint, it's just a swivel joint. There's articulation in his shoulders, articulation in the elbows, there's articulation in the wrists, articulation in the waist, and there's articulation in the knee as well as the foot. All in all, great figure. He also does come with a stand, which is nice, so that, you know, if he's a little too top heavy, you can have him standing on the base like so. I'll just get the like that. There we go. And you can have him poised for attack. All in all, great toy. This guy's been repainted several times now. There is Poseidon's Rage, I think, was a blue version of him. There's one that has the additional armor. I believe he gets at the end of the first game. They did the armor variant of him, and then there's the one with the actual chain blade attack, which I also have, and again, I'll do a review on him. But overall, you definitely want to pick this guy up. If you're a God of War fan, great figure. Great detail, great paint scheme. He has articulation where it needs to be, and great accessories. Overall, great figure. There you have a toy spot on Kratos, and what is it? The Golden Fleece Armor with Medusa head. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and with that, I'll see you guys next time.